opened in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. And the kick here, no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. And they'll accept that penalty. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Mahomes. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. And in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Willis. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Play action, Willis. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Seahawks at 4-6 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw again on 2nd down. Willis. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. They go play action with Willis. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Walker. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
3rd down, it's Willis. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy when you steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throw left side complete. That's Connor. Touchdown! A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on them as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. To throw, it's Mahomes. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, the out route. He finds Hardman. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Walker now at 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And just to put everyone on notice, that is his 1,199th catch. So the next one, that'll be 1,200 for his career. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Here's Walker. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
A run now with a tight end Fant.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
They go play action with Willis. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Willis.
And this one is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And they work this out past the 25. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reach the end zone.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Got his man complete, Moore. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
And he fires one that's intercepted. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
And that flag accepted.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
The Seahawks make over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go, set! Cougar 19! Ready.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's got room. There he goes left side.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against the defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Willis.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you...
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point safely through. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
19 right. Trap 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here is another interception. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. To about the 35, 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play fake, here's Willis. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Straight ahead, Walker. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down.
Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. So Pete Carroll, always a guy to trust his instincts, and his instincts were right on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
They'll run the toss to Walker. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point up and through. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. First and 10, it's Willis. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dominique Robinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack, Willis. He completes this to Walker. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here's Hardman to return.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And now here's another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color?
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And they'll keep leaning on the line game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have. And
he's got a man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
And you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 154 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Seahawks, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.